What's up, guys? Today is Sunday, the 21st of September. We're going to go over a bunch of positions I have on. We're going to go over potential trades for next week. As you may have noticed, I have been trading mostly US stocks for the last, I suppose, 6 months or so. I just go where the uptrend is. I do really enjoy trading Forex. I enjoy trading futures markets. But this year, it's been very difficult. Most breakouts failed. When a breakout did succeed, 9 out of 10 times, it would just reverse. I have had some very, very good futures trades this year, including coffee. Posted it on my X. If you don't follow me on X yet, this is your time to do so. This is my username, so please give me a follow. I'm quite active on there. But yeah, anyway, I've been trading stocks mostly for the last 6 months because it's just been very, very, very well. It's been easier than futures markets. It hasn't been the conditions can still be easier than they are now, but if you're trading the right sector, if you're trading the right stock, if you know how to trade momentum stocks, this market is very, very good to trade. Again, it's not the tide that lifts all boats, ships, I don't know, kind of the same, which doesn't really happen anyway in stocks like it happens in crypto every now and then. But again, if you're looking at the right industry sectors, if you're looking at the strong stocks, high relative strength, again, it's just been very, very good to trade. So yeah, before we go into the current open positions, I just want to go over Ethereum real quick, which I'm going to do on, which is good for us Dutchies. Again, Bitcoin, Solana, all the markets I generally trade are tradable on here. So I've been enjoying trading on one trading very much. It's very, very easy to use, very simple. Anyway, if you look at Ethereum has been looking very, very good. When trading momentum, what you generally want to see is just an aggressive move up, and then you want to see some kind of consolidation. Consolidation can take many different forms. It can take the form of a pennant, a flag. Everybody calls it something else. But you get the idea. It can be a symmetrical triangle like we have here on Ethereum. You can get an ascending triangle. Like so, right? This can be a very good continuation pattern. You can get flags that look like this, right? They trade downwards, so you get the move up, and then you get a consolidation that slopes downwards. You can obviously get them upwards as well, which would look like this. I don't think you guys are retarded. I just want to, make it real clear. So you get the ascending triangle, you get pennants, flags, again, whatever you want to call them, or the symmetrical triangle like we have here. So some type of consolidation. You can even get a rectangle, just very simple rectangle consolidation. You see that often as well. All of them work. All of these work. It just really depends on what you like trading. You can trade all of them, obviously. That depends entirely on what you prefer, but you can trade them all. But here we have a clear consolidation in the shape of a symmetrical triangle, combined with the fact that volume is really, really declining within the consolidation. Let me just go over to Coinbase real quick, just to show you that volume is drying up here as well. Obviously, these two bars are weekend bars, which will always be way lower than during the week. But here you can see just volume is really, really drying up, and price action is really tightening, combined with the fact that it's surfing the 10 and 20-day moving average, and we have the 50-day moving average coming up. This to me screams explosion, expansion. Obviously expansion can come both ways, but the idea with trading really tight price range is that your stop loss can be very, very close to your entry. I know some of you guys don't like that because you want to keep your win rate high. I really do not care about my win rate. My win rate is between 25 and I guess like 33, 35% on average, but my winners are way, way, way bigger than my losers. So I enjoy and I like having a really tight stop loss. So if you want to get it real tight and you enter on any of these bars, or you can wait till Monday, which hopefully will put in another tight bar, unless we may get a thrust through this diagonal line. You can put an alert on here, see if we get the thrust tomorrow. But if we don't, if we get a few more days of sideways price action and the 50-day moving average keeps coming up, the chances of this really, really moving aggressively increase exponentially. What I've said, it can go down, but I'm not positioned for it. I am not positioned in Ethereum yet. I have buy stop orders here. So once we cross this high, it'll also push out of the diagonal line, the trend line, which is to me a perfect position to start buying. If the buy shows to be correct, if price starts moving up, I will add to this position very quickly. But Ether looks very, very, very good to me. I am positioned in a couple of other crypto coins, which we can go over right away. If you follow me on X, you will have seen I have bought AVAX at the breakout here. We went over this last week as well. It is just a perfect rectangle bottom. So this is something else entirely, right, than trading momentum. The reason I traded this pattern specifically, is because a lot of altcoins really started lagging compared to Ether, compared to Solana. Generally, I don't really like trading laggards because, they're laggards for a reason. I enjoy and I prefer trading leaders. But with crypto, it's really a game of musical chairs. And almost always, at least since I've been involved in crypto, which started in 2017, most categories, most sectors within crypto get their turn, get their moment to shine. So when this started breaking out of the rectangle and the symmetrical triangle, I knew I wanted to be involved, took partial profit on the thrust here, and then added back to my position, plus a lot more when this broke out again. So I added here, added there, and then I took partial profit again. The rest of this position is just managed as long as it's above the 10-day moving average. Once it closes below the 10-day moving average, then I will be closing this position down completely. Now this is a way to trade momentum. We have bio. I don't know what this thing does. I have no idea. I really have no idea. But what I like about this is that it puts in a huge move, almost 500%, extremely high volume, right? It's only been launched this year, so it doesn't really say much when it says highest volume ever, as it's only been at market for like a year, even less. But it puts in highest volume ever twice, and just way, way, way above average buying volume, right? So it goes up and then it comes all the way down, and then it starts surfing the 10 and 20-day moving average. It starts putting in higher lows. It starts putting in a consolidation pattern, again in the form of a symmetrical triangle. We get the 50-day line moving up as well. We get the tightening of price action. We get the decline of volume. So I bought bio, I believe it was yesterday, which started to look really good, but then reversed all the way back down, which isn't a big deal. Again, this is the weekend. I don't really lean too much on weekend price action. But we'll see what happens. If I'm stopped out, my stop is very tight. My stop is right below this candle here. If it stops me out, which it probably will, as we usually get some volatility on Sunday night. If it stops me out, no problem at all. I will just reposition unless this absolutely shits itself. But if it then reclaims the moving averages, I will definitely look to get back into this. Then we have Solana still long. I think we went over this as well during the previous stream. So I'll just leave this as is for now. Solana looks really, really good. I'm just positioned, surfing the 10-day moving average. If it closes below, not like this. If we get this close, if it closes slightly lower, that's okay. It's got to be, a convincing close. Then I'll cut this position entirely and maybe reposition later. And we have this thing again. No idea what this does, but it's kind of the same as bio, except for that this has been on the market for way longer. And then it puts in two highest volume ever days. So something is going on here, right? There's something happening here. I don't know. I don't care because I have the evidence right in front of me. So price goes up 220%, then drops way lower, 50%, and then starts again surfing the 10 and 20-day moving averages. Higher lows, same pattern, different chart. I am positioned. Stop is below this candle here, slightly wider. If it stops me out, no problem. May look to reposition. Hopefully get some more tight consolidation days. But usually from consolidation comes expansion. And you want to be positioned. There's two ways to do this, right? Some people will position within the pattern, which gives you a way better entry, obviously. Well, there's three ways to do this, actually. Okay, so first is one, you position. Let's look at Ether again, because the chart just looks way better. You have Ether, right? Some people start buying on really tight days. Some people start buying when it reclaims the moving averages. But, it just means they start buying within the consolidation, which is one way to do it. The advantages are that you get a better entry and your stop is way tighter, right? That's one way to do it. The downside of this is that the win rate is way lower because you have no confirmation either to the upside or the downside. So you just don't know. So, it gets closer to gambling, which doesn't matter. It's not a bad thing per se. Just, you got to know what you're doing and you just name it for what it is. So that's one way. Then the second way is waiting for a breakout plus a candle close, a daily candle close. So you get actual confirmation. And you can also look at the end of day volume. Because if you trade patterns like this, it is preferred to have volume expansion at the breakout. It's not necessary, especially if a stock or a crypto is already proven to be a leader. Then you don't really need an expansion of volume, but it is better. And then the third way is just looking at the intraday chart. And as soon as it starts breaking out and it starts showing an increase in volume, you position with a market order intraday, right before the close, which doesn't really happen in crypto. So I'm just talking about stocks now, obviously. I'm just showing you this chart because it looks really good and you can apply it to pretty much any asset. So yeah, I don't know why the fuck I told you all of this, but anyway, that is the way to play it. So yeah, CRO I also really like because it's a good name. I know a few things about it. It's a solid company. It's been 4 years since they've launched. puts in huge volume 3 days in a row, and then it pulls back all the way again. This is probably going to find support at the 50-day moving average. If we get like an undercut through the 50-day moving average and then it reclaims it, I'm looking to buy it. If we get a bounce of the 50-day with volume, preferably, and a bounce, I'm looking to be a buyer. I don't want to get stuck between all these moving averages. So it has to reclaim the 10 and 20 as well, because these are now going downwards, which I don't really like. But with crypto, it's just so volatile. Things can change pretty quickly. Anyway, let me look at the current open positions. I think I went over this last time as well. RoboSense, so I'm not gonna go over this now. I'm still positioned. I think I told you last time I'm really bullish on robo stocks, robotic stocks. Yeah, I definitely told you this, so I'm just gonna skip this for now. I went over this as well. This was the bottoming pattern. It's not really a head and shoulder pattern. Some will consider it is. I don't. There's no symmetry, but I still think this is a bottom pattern in general. Then we get the consolidation. We get the moving averages all going up. We even get a kind of a decline in volume, and then when it starts breaking out, volume is way above average, which is good to see. So I am still in this. 6613, this is a momentum stock, very new, very young stock, but I just really like this. So I bought this on the breakout here, which was Wednesday, end of day, which was morning for me because this is a Hong Kong stock. No real follow through yet. So we'll have to see what this does because the breakout candles show absolutely no volume, which is a bad thing in this case because this hasn't proven to be a leader yet. It's a new stock, so it can't really be a leader. So I want to see something happen come Monday. If not, I'll probably cut this, and after which it can go up 1,000,000,000%. I think I went over all the Hong Kong stocks already, so I'm just gonna skip this real quick. I'll just show it to you, rectangle continuation within a huge rectangle bottom. If this starts breaking out, I look to pre-position. Oh my God, this makes me think of fucking Intel. Let me show you Intel. Let me show you why trading can be so extremely fucking frustrating, right? It can be agonizing, absolutely agonizing. I went over this chart 1,000,000,000 times. I've looked at this for, I don't know, months, maybe even, for months, definitely for months, maybe almost a year. I just knew that this was going to be a huge rectangle bottom pattern, right? This is just accumulation. This is the definition of accumulation happening right in front of your eyes. Look at all these huge green candles, right? There's a lot of green candles coming in that are way above average. This is accumulation, plain and simple. I don't care what anyone says. This is what accumulation looks like. Highest volume in a year, highest volume in a year, highest volume in a year. Again, accumulation. So I just knew that I had to be positioned for this. Well, guys, as you can see, after a year of just waiting, I told you last week I wanted to pre-position here, which I did. I did, in fact, buy this, but I have too many positions on. So I was like, this is too speculative. Let me just cut this position. And then it went up 35% or something. It went up almost 30% pre-market because NVIDIA was investing $5 billion in Intel. I think the US government also bought Intel. So this is just, it's just looking really good, fundamentally speaking, and also technically. If we get a pullback, preferably to the top of the rectangle, so around 2650. If we got that, I would probably be a buyer. The downside is that the pullback is quite severe, almost 20%. But this will be, to me, a bullish pullback, and it would also I'd also be really able to tighten up that stop. I did have orders in to buy the and I did. Did I? Yeah, I did. I bought the range high breakout for this day. So when we gapped up, when we got a close of the 5-minute bar, the first 5-minute bar, if it broke out of it, I wanted to buy, hoping it will push up higher, show real strength. Unfortunately, it did not, so I had to cut it quite quickly, which was a good thing because it started dropping the next day as well. But yeah, this chart makes me think of Intel. Try to pre-position for a bigger breakout, which is what I did here. ADR is 5% as well, so it's a fast stock, even though it's not a momentum stock yet. Well, kind of is. It's gone up almost 100%. So it's good. I think this is a good position to be in for now. 9880 still in this, looking very good. 9898. Yeah, went over this last week. Avex Baba still in this, looks very good. I sold this once, sold one batch. I think it was this day here, day 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it was this one here. I sold on day 6. And now I'm just trading the rest with a 10-day moving average. Bio just covered this. BMNR, huge move. Oh my God, this is ridiculous. Crazy move. Comes back all the way. Start serving the moving averages. Moving averages are narrowing. So I bought this at the breakout. See what it does. CLS, same thing. All of these charts are going to look the same. The idea for every chart is the same. Once you know what to look for, once you know what to trade, once you know how to screen for stocks, you just have to keep applying the same edge, the same strategy over and over and over and over and over again. Obviously, I still trade, the more classical chart patterns for stocks as well. But when you have so many fast-moving stocks, I simply prefer to be in those. If I get a beautiful, like grab, I went over grab last week as well. We get the huge bottoming base, get a breakout, then we get an inverse head and shoulder, right? It is also quite a fast stock, 4.11% ADR. So I obviously bought this. This isn't a momentum stock. It's a cheap stock, which I don't really like because it's very volatile. There's hardly any funds that own it. But if the setup is good, I will buy it. I had El Al as well last week, which I went over. I was stopped out of. So I still buy those setups as well, but I just prefer these because, again, momentum stocks, quick price action, quick resolves very quickly, very tight stop losses, meaning your position sizes are way bigger. So the risk reward it's way better. Dave, same thing. This has been a big leader earlier this year. It seems to be forgotten again, kind of. But if you look at the fundamentals on this stock, it looks good. This is still a leader. Moving averages, reclaimed all of them. I like the way this looks, and I bought this on this day here, the tightest day of the previous week. So for now, it's starting to look good, especially on Friday with the volume coming in. EME, again, same thing. Bought this on the Friday. Look at this volume coming in. So I've good expectations for this next week. Very simple. Again, higher lows. If you disregard this candle here, it starts to look like this. We can have a few more tight days, but I really think on Monday, maybe Tuesday, this is gonna resolve itself. Euro yen, not sure if I went over this last week, but we have the ascending triangle continuation pattern. which I like. Yeah, I went over this because we get the potential head and shoulder top, but then we get the head and shoulder, what's it called? Fuck, what's it called? I have a blackout, guys. Somebody help me out. I don't know. Fills, yeah, head and shoulder failure. Jesus, that's the word. Failure. My God, that was really difficult. Anyway, head and shoulder failure, which makes this a bullish pattern. Get upwards price action. I did not buy the immediate failure of the head and shoulder pattern. Waited for some type of continuation pattern to form, which we get here again in the ascending triangle. And now I'm just, see what it does. The head and shoulder pattern is way up here. The target for the head and shoulder failure pattern, which is way up here, but we'll see. This isn't doing much yet. In fact, it is underwater currently, just slightly. But that is all good. Then we have First Solar. I'm not a huge fan of this, but many people are all over this. It had a big run, 90% almost, but this is too, I don't know. I prefer price action that goes like very up high aggressively. Then you get a slightly longer consolidation, not as long as the move up. Sometimes you have stocks which go up slightly, and then you get a very long consolidation, and then you get a slight up move, and then you get a very long consolidation again. Those are not the stocks I prefer to trade. I prefer these ones. Aggressive moves up, and then shorter consolidations, kind of between, like 4 to 8 weeks. Generally, they can take longer if they're part of a bigger pattern, but with the aggressive moves, the consolidation can take, between 4 and 8 weeks. Obviously, they can be a lot shorter as well, especially with the really, really aggressive leaders. They will tend to consolidate sometimes even only for like a week, like 5 days. But this is kind of meh. This is, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of it. But I am in this, which, as you can tell, probably isn't the best idea. If you're not sold on your own position, why are you in it? So this will probably be the first position I cut come tomorrow, as I have to cut a few positions. Grab still in this, took partial profits, looks very good. JD, as you may well know, if you've been following me on X, or if you've watched any of these streams before, I have been bullish China for a very long time. I dare say longer than most people that are currently bullish on X have. And JD is a laggard. I just said earlier I don't really prefer trading laggards, but sometimes you just gotta do it. You just gotta do it. And if you look at Baba, if you look at Baidu, man, Baidu has been doing very, very good. Baidu, what the fuck is it? Baidu, yeah. Sorry, I think it was Baidu without the A. Look at this thing, man. I had no alert for this breakout. I had this charted like 1,000 years ago, obviously, as always. Just had no alert set on this breakout here. I think it was a log chart. No. Why is this so cringy looking? Something's changed on this chart. I don't know what. I may have played around with it earlier. Anyway, so yeah, I forgot this altogether. I think JD is going to play catch up soon. So yeah, I'm in this. I bought the breakout of this high here. Started to look good. Then it started to reverse. My stop loss was initially here. I'm going to put it to break even tomorrow or later tonight. And then we'll see what it does. Laser, I really like. This is one of the examples where the consolidation can get really, really short. As you can see here, this is 36 bars, or 35, so it's slightly longer than a month. but then you get another move up of almost 50%, around 50%, and they get a very, very short consolidation, 14 bars, so that's 2 weeks. Earlier I said between 4 and 8, but as you can see, they can be shorter as well. Broke out on higher volume, which is what I want to see ideally. So yeah, I'm in this. Microsoft, I'm in as well. It's a very slow stock. It's very, very slow. I bought this on a different account than my main stock account. I bought this on the FTMO account, which I also trade one account for, because why not? I passed the challenge, I don't know, somewhere last year. So the total cost for me has been like $500, and you know, the payouts have been a lot higher. So that's good. They don't offer many stocks, but they do offer Microsoft. And I like the fact that it's getting really, really, really tight around these moving averages. And then we get some sort of surge in volume here. Somebody told me FTSE re-indexing, which probably explains it. So yeah, I don't know what this will start doing next week, but we'll see. My stop loss is very tight, low of day. So if I get stopped out, you know, it's just a slight scratch. Went over this. Next, this is a beautiful rectangle continuation, but it's also a fundamentally good stock. It's also a high moving stock, a quick moving stock. We get a breakout with high volume. This is just a really, really nice setup. I really enjoy trading these. Yeah. Oh man, this was beautiful. Because we had I owned IONQ earlier last week, which I sold like a fucking idiot because I always sell too soon. I sold this on the second day after the breakout because I was, you know, overexposed. So I thought, you know, I'm going to cut this, take some nice profits. Profits were good, not great, but good. You know, a 20% move in 2 days, you know, it's okay. But then you saw other names started moving as well. You have QUBT and then you have QBTS, which I also had. I sold because it reached target. But QUBT was kind of lagging, so I started buying it here when it got really tight. Started rounding here at the bottom, which I also like seeing. When it broke out of this small range here, bought it, and then 2 days later it just exploded. Sold half. But if you look at the higher time frame, it's a huge cup and handle pattern. I would definitely call this a cup and handle, cup with handle, whatever you want to call it. Actually, it's quite textbook. Some will say this is way too deep, which I can see. You know, that makes sense. And it's also a pattern that is quite long, starting in December 2024. Some people call this a long and lazy pattern, whereas a cup and handle is usually a way smaller continuation pattern. But this is, you know, this is just very, very textbook. You can, you know, go over all the minor details of is it or is it not, you know, if it looks like a cup and handle, treat it like a cup and handle, trade it like a cup and handle, and then, you know, let the analysis over to the economists and technical traders that don't actually trade, just analyze. Anyway, target is way up here. So if we get some sort of pullback or a continuation pattern forming, I will definitely buy back into this. Then we have Say. I don't really see anyone talk about this, but it's a very nice looking chart. It's kind of a head and shoulder continuation pattern. It's a huge base, you know, few obvious tops from which price rejected 1, 2, 3 times. and then it breaks out on high volume. 3 days of super high volume, 4, 5, 6 days of very, very high volume right before the breakout. We got a huge move up to the top here, 508%. So this seems to be a very, very interesting stock to own right now. It is kind of far from the moving averages and it's not tight, but it doesn't matter because this is a different trade. Solana Sound, this is an AI play. I like this, just a move up into the moving averages, move up into the moving averages, move up into the moving averages. I bought this, I believe it was here, the 17th. Yeah, the 17th, I bought this. Starts moving up, 3 days of above average volume. If we can move out of this little range, that would be really, really good to see. Maybe add some more to the position. Then we have TEM. TEM is Tempest AI. Is a very annoying stock. We had a rectangle pattern forming here, kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches. Breaks out, comes back all the way down, stops me out, breaks out again, comes back all the way down, stops me out again. Kind of gave up on it, but then it starts consolidating here. Volume declining, AI still very much in play. It is at the all-time highs, consolidating below all-time highs. So I bought this on this candle here on Wednesday as well, same day as Soundhound. Started to look good on Friday, but many stocks pulled back Friday end of day. So we'll see what this does. But if this starts running, I think it should do really, really well. A lot of social attention. It has a lot of social attention. Tiger. I bought this on Friday. Because it's every time, since about here, June 2025, it has been using, or the 50-day moving average has been holding as support. Again, here tested the 50-day moving average and started trading up again on slightly higher volume, which I liked seeing. Fundamentally, this stock is very, very good. Very tight stop loss on the Thursday low, below the Thursday low. Hopefully reclaim 10 and 20-day moving averages. Tesla's still in this, looking absolutely great. I sold twice already. Sold the top, I think, of this candle, and I sold, I think it was here this day or this day, one of these two. I sold another batch. Hopefully get some more consolidation going on here so we can add back to the position. Like last week, there's just so much going on, guys, so I cannot go over all these charts. I'm already getting tired. How long have I been filming this? 40 minutes or so. Can go over a few more charts. I missed this one, AMSC. This was obviously the beautiful place to buy it. If you don't pre-position, like I said earlier, you wait for one of these candles here, because you get the range, the small range here, right? And then this slightly breaks out of it on slightly higher volume, but then you get the second day follow through, which is clearly breaking out of the range on even higher volume than the day before. So this was a beautiful moment to buy. It doesn't stop you out if you use this day's lows as your stop, and then it just shoots up, starts reversing on Friday, but this looks really, really good. Adventest, these are just stocks I'm watching. It doesn't mean I am going to buy them anytime soon, but these are just very, very strong market leaders. FUTU makes me think of that movie How High, man. That's way back with Method Man and Redman, I think it was. And there's just this Chinese guy. and he's like the bias. Fuck you. It doesn't matter anyway. If you've never seen it and you've never been a stoner, you haven't missed out. FUTU. So this is a China play. If you're still bullish China, this is an excellent stock to keep an eye on. Been a market leader for a long time. I traded this before when it broke out of this beautiful rectangle. But then I was stopped out, I think, on this candle here. Yes, on this candle here when it closed through the 10-day moving average. And I never bought back because it didn't really give me an entry. Around here, when it started really getting tight, started putting in higher lows, I was interested in buying it again. But then we got the breakdown, but now it's rounding back up right above the 50-day moving average. So if we get some type of increase in volume and a reclaim of the 10 and 20-day moving average, I will definitely look to buy this. As you can see, again, I've said it 1,000 times, just look at these patterns over and over and over and over again. Big move up 210%, starts trading down here, starts tightening, tight price action, serves the moving days, the moving averages, goes back up, and this was a way better entry, I think, than anywhere in here. Especially with the tightness on this day, and then the huge move here, which you could have bought intraday, which I obviously didn't because I don't look at charts all day. So yeah, if you caught this move, congratulations. This looks very good. This looks very good to keep moving up. A lot of these charts, when they start putting in higher lows, and they need to start breaking out of a base, I would just put in an alert, and once it crosses up, I will check it out and see if there's an increase in volume as well. This obviously has gone up a lot as well, almost 400%. So these are really the moves you want to catch. And I know some of you will think or see this and think, why the hell would you buy something that has gone up wait, let me redo this entire thing. I know some of you will see this and think, why the hell would you buy something that has gone up 400%, right? And I've said this before in a different video. The market tells you what it wants. You don't need to be a prophet. You don't need to be able to look into the future and, guess or speculate or tell fortunes, and decide what people are going to want. The market tells you what it wants. And the fallacy is, the mistake many people make is thinking that something that has gone up 80% or 100% or even 200% cannot possibly go up a lot more. Well, that is where you are wrong, because the biggest gainers in history, so the quarter-digit returns, right, for stocks or even for crypto coins, there's always a move before that many people will look at and think, whoa, that's way too much. I'm not buying that. It's already way too expensive. Almost, if you look at history, almost always the biggest moves in stocks were right after a move that was at least 100% or even more. So it really pays to look at stocks that are not only popular, but are popular for a reason, because the companies are doing well. In the case of crypto, things go up because people want to own it. It's obviously way different with crypto than it is with stocks, as usually they're not companies and they usually don't make profits. But some do, you have stuff like Pump, which is Pump Fund. Oh yeah, fuck this, man. I actually bought this here and then it went up 115%, but I sold it at the consolidation here somewhere because I wanted to buy Ethereum. and then it went up like a fucking million%, went up 80%. And Ether did absolutely nothing, just nothing, zilch, nothing. So that's great. But Pump is making profits, But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that don't skip stocks or crypto coins that have already gone up a lot. Here, this is a perfect example, right? So say you look at IP Story. I don't know what the hell this does, right? But it's been one of the best performing coins of the last 3 months or so, or 1 month. I don't know. I think I checked the last 3 months. And you look at this coin, right? And you're like, nah, fuck this, man. This is going up 400, 500%. I'm not buying this shit. But then from the point it went up 500%, it goes up again, almost doubles, right? It almost doubles, and it's a pretty new coin. So this is very interesting to me, and this is one I'm definitely keeping an eye on and waiting for some kind of consolidation like here or here to position. IMX, same thing. This one as well, MNT. Huge rectangle, very, very big base. Broke out of this recently, and now it's coming back into the moving averages. We'll see what this does, see if this consolidates either around the 20-day or comes back down all the way here to the top of the rectangle, and hopefully the 50-day catches up in the meantime. That would be a good way to position. I don't know again what this does. Goes up 1,200% and then goes up another 170%. With crypto, it's different because they will just launch and go up, crazy multiple amounts. But with stocks, you usually have the move that precedes the bigger move is smaller, because obviously I just said this is the bigger move. But with crypto, it's usually different. But this can go up. It can go up so much. It can go up so much more. Watching this because it's been performing very well. Yeah. Let me see where I was. This is kind of getting boring, so I'll just go over this. Just show you the charts, show you the tickers. I know I was also watching Evolve, which I will add back right now. This is also looking very, very good. Big move, big rectangle, got out of this base. First time it got out of this base, and now it's consolidating. So I'm waiting for a move to happen on slightly higher volume. What I don't like is the above average selling volume that came in on this day. However, what I do like is that price barely budged, even though the volume was way up on the selling. I think that is it for now. Please like this video if you haven't already done so. Subscribe if you want to keep, if you want to stay up to date on what I do. If you enjoy these videos, give me a comment. If you want me to go over any kind of chart, any kind of market, if you have any general questions about trading, about technical analysis, about reading, books. I read 1,000 books on trading. Just ask ahead. I'd happily get back to you. For now, have a good weekend. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we'll see each other again next week.